Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, it's going to be a little bit different. Today I kind of wanted to talk about my no buy challenge that I'm doing this year, and also this new challenge I'm doing with myself where I tally up everything that I purchased in the previous month. So there's a lot to talk about here, so let's go ahead and get started. I separated everything into 4 different categories. The first category is makeup. So for my makeup purchases in January, I purchased 1 face moisturizer, 1 eyeshadow, 1 highlighter, 2 nail polishes, and 3 eyeliners. I feel like overall I did pretty good there. I mean, like for the eyeliners, I don't normally purchase that much, but considering I bought most of those eyeliners for tutorials and makeup videos, I feel like that's not too bad. I normally have a rule where if I can't go through 1 or 2 eyeliners in a month, then I can't buy more than that, if that makes sense. Overall, with the makeup category, I feel like I did pretty good. In the coming months, I don't really see myself getting eyeliners unless it's a color I don't have, and unless it's a color that I plan on using like consistently. And as far as nail polishes, the same rule applies with that. If I run out of a color, or if I'm doing something for a YouTube video, that's fine to purchase, because I do own a lot of nail polishes. I'm glad I didn't purchase more than 2. The next category is seasonal items. I only purchased 1 set of Valentine's Day hand towels. And considering that they're hand towels, that's actually pretty good because we use hand towels a lot. Let's move on to body. So I purchased 1 hand soap refill, 2 hand soaps, 1 body oil, 5 hand sanitizers, 1 body wash, 7 body lotions, and 21 body sprays. So I was actually really shocked that I purchased 21 body sprays in the whole month of January. However, there was a semi-annual sale going on from like Christmas items and stuff, and that's when I normally stock up. So that's why the number's so high. When it comes to the semi-annual sales and the clearances, especially Christmas clearances, I kind of give myself a little bit of wiggle room because that's normally like what I stock up for the next year or for like the following year. But that is still a pretty high number. It's as if I purchase 1 body spray every single day of the month, which is a lot. And I can't even get through 1 body spray in 1 month even if I tried. So for sure next month I'm going to do better at that. And all of those body sprays were from Bath & Body Works. So clearly you can see that I have a problem there. Now for body lotions, I did purchase 7. That is kind of a high number. I'd like to see that number drop significantly. For the next category is fragrance. So in this category, it's everything from candles to plugins to essential oils, basically anything that makes the home smell fragrant. I purchased 6 fragrance plugins, so that is the Bath & Body Works little oils. I purchased 6 of those, and then I purchased 11 essential oils. So those are essential oils for my diffuser that I keep in my studio. I purchased 3 packs, so 11 total. So 11 little bottles of essential oils. I purchased 10 candles. And then this one's kind of a shocker. I honestly did not think I purchased this much, but I purchased 20 wax melts just in 1 month. So let's see. Yeah, so that's like all my purchases for the month of January. I definitely see some like eye openers here, and I can see the importance of keeping track of everything. Even like the 10 candles is kind of a lot because I cannot go through 10 candles in 1 month, not even like 2 months. So my top 3 spenders were candles, wax melt, and body sprays, and essential oils. I'm definitely gonna have to do a little better. I feel like even this month in February, I've done a little bit better in these categories, but 20 wax melts and the 21 body sprays really, really shocked me. So obviously I'm over consuming in that area. I'm gonna have to kind of like work on that. And on my Beauty Bug Instagram is where I posted all of the pictures of every individual item that I got. So it is actually the next day, and my camera died last night, so I wasn't able to continue filming. But I am back again, and I just wanted to explain my no buy rules for 2025. So to start off, I'm kind of going with my own rules. I know that this is like a trending topic right now among like social media. I see a lot of people participating in no buys. But for me personally, I'm cutting back on my spending. And I don't really plan on doing 100% no buys, only because I have tried these in the past and they haven't. I mean, some things worked for me, but not all of it. I ended up rebounding and just ended up going ham on like shopping. So I'm kind of not necessarily doing like a cold turkey thing, but I am easing back and like cutting back significantly on my purchases and just kind of paying attention to what I am bringing in my house. One of the main reasons is I feel like I have a lot of clutter, like in my life, like a lot of mental clutter, a lot of like physical clutter. Like over the years, I just like would just like buy things or bring things into the house. I have a hard time throwing things out too. So I'm like working on like trying to improve that. I'm like reorganizing and decluttering my life, and that's just like the main like reason why I want to participate in a low buy. So let's just go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I plan on doing for my no buy in 2025, I plan on cutting back on soda. Now I started this in January, and me and my husband are actually doing it together. Completely stop bringing in soda in the store. Like whenever we're shopping, we cannot purchase soda. We can't keep it in the house basically. And the main reason is because, I mean, obviously soda's not good for you. And we both had like a pretty bad like addiction to it, where we're just spending so much money on it. So that's just something I won't be buying. And also due to everything basically being like inflated, like with the prices, and everything keeps going up and up. So that's just something we really, really had to eliminate. But I'm not gonna 100% like not drink it at all. We do have a rule where wherever we're out running errands, or if we actually have like a wild craving for soda that night, then we'll go out and get it. And we normally just go like to a like McDonald's or the nearest like fast food to like where we live, and we'll just get like just get a soda. I feel like if we did like a cold turkey, it just wouldn't. We'll end up like rebounding and just like drinking like more of it and just like completely ruining it. So we let ourselves have soda. And so far, that has been working out pretty well. I do find myself drinking more water. Even when I have soda, I'm not actually like finishing it. Yeah, that's been working out like pretty well. So the second thing we're gonna be doing is actually one of our biggest issues as far as like spending money and stuff. We're going to be limiting takeout to 2 times a month, and it is now the end of February when I'm filming this, so we definitely fail that. But we are keeping in mind that that's our goal, is take out 2 times a month. So we're trying to limit eating out. That one is actually really hard. It's been like really, really difficult. But I feel like we're just gonna have to keep trying month to month, keep setting the goal and figuring out how we can prevent ourselves from getting takeout. And me and my husband, like obviously I love food. I love eating food. I like trying different kinds of food. So like the whole like not eating takeout is really difficult. I feel like takeout's really convenient, and I mean it doesn't taste like the best at times, but it's a convenience of it mostly for us, like for our lifestyle. We're constantly busy. So it's been kind of difficult like with the schedules we have. So I don't know I don't know if we're going to succeed in this, but I'm going to try to make it a goal. Like, I don't always want to cook like if I'm tired or if my husband's really tired. Like sometimes we just don't, like at the end of the day we don't have energy to sit down and cook. We tried meal prepping. That doesn't always work for us. We end up not eating it and just getting takeout. I don't know why we're like that, but it's just, I guess it just, we have to find something that works with our lifestyle. And I know for sure, like, I have to be, like, more disciplined with things. So that's something I'm really, really trying to work on. Now, for this takeout rule, if we have a free rewards, like, in the app, that doesn't count. Because we're not spending money on it. Next thing is I plan on cutting back on my shopping / going out of my house. And I do like work from home, but because I'm always at home, I have the urge to go out of the house often. And then when I do that, I find myself shopping or going through thrift stores or eating out. So I'm gonna try my best to just stay at home and just focus on working, focus on like my little business and everything. So the next thing on the list is Starbucks. So similar to soda, me and my husband love Starbucks. I don't know like what it is. It just tastes better in my opinion. But we're looking to cut that out significantly. We used to, like especially last year, we used to get Starbucks 3 to 4 times a week, which is terrible. You know, not only is it unhealthy, it's really expensive, and it's just unnecessary because we have this little coffee pot at home that we use. And what I used to do is I would make coffee at home, I would drink that, and then get Starbucks. And I was probably like addicted to the drink I was getting, which is an ice shaken espresso. So like those are my favorites, you know. But I'm just like not gonna do that anymore. I started this no buy Starbucks rule in January, and I have actually been fairly good. I do find myself getting like a couple of drinks a week, and just by the end of January, I was able to cut it down to 1 times a week to 0. So, like, there's been a couple of weeks where I absolutely didn't go out of the house at all and I didn't get Starbucks. And then at the beginning of February, I actually was experimenting at home and I thought, you know what? I'm craving Starbucks right now. Let me just see if I can replicate this taste at home. And I spent like a good 45 minutes doing that by just basically using my own like protein powders and things I had like in my house. And I successfully made like my own little cold brew at home. I actually started drinking that, and that significantly helped me not spend money at Starbucks, especially because Starbucks raised their prices again. Another thing I've been doing with all the fast food apps is I've been either deleting the apps or I've been offloading the app where it will take me a while to upload it if I'm out of the house and I have connection issues. Because whenever I get takeout, I always use the rewards or I always have like a coupon. So if I can't connect to the app, I for sure won't go in there and spend money because I know I'm not going to get a good deal on it. And I don't really like paying full price for things. So that's been helping out a lot, is just offloading all of my takeout apps. And also bringing coffee with me when I go out of the house. And food. Another thing this year is to shop grocery items at the farmer's market. So coffee, meat, produce, even skincare and beauty, and like other food items. We went to our local farmer's market last weekend and we were able to purchase some homemade tortillas. I also found some natural skincare. And then we found some produce and coffee. And that was actually pretty nice, and everything tasted like really good. Everything tasted really fresh. That's just something I plan on doing from now on, and just stop buying things from the grocery store. Like all of the produce in my area at like Walmarts and Targets and Fry's, just the produce is not of good quality. So I want to invest my money into better quality products, including what I eat. So that's kind of like my biggest shift as far as food goes. And we're also like supporting small. So I highly recommend, if you guys like live in an area where there's farmers markets, go ahead and check out your farmers market. See if you can buy local and buy like small business as much as you can, and like support the small business. And shockingly enough, I found skincare and beauty items. They're pretty rare to find, but I'm seeing a lot of new small businesses doing beauty and stuff, and I think that's pretty cool. As far as makeup, my whole issue, and actually one of the biggest reasons why I started this channel, is to use all the beauty and makeup items that I have instead of having to buy the latest trend, the latest new product. I don't need all of that. What I have been seeing in makeup is you'll see a lot of companies coming out with the same color stories. Like a lot of things that everyone probably has in their own stash. They just kind of switch it up every few years. Even if the palette is like the prettiest packaging, it has like the best neutrals, the best berry colors, the best rainbow ones. You most likely will have that same exact color in your makeup collection. For me, like if I absolutely love like a packaging and I want to get that palette just for the packaging and I like the colors, I think that's fine as long as I'm just not doing it all the time. That's when it becomes excessive. So that's what I plan on kind of implementing in 2025 and hopefully for the rest of my life. And that's another thing too, is if I really, really, really want an item, the thing that I've been doing is I will wait 24 hours to 3 days before I even purchase it. Most of the time, I forget about it. So in 2025, I will not be purchasing the Tree Hut shave oils. Now, when I was showering the other day, I realized I was going to shave and I forgot to put in my shave oil, but instead I had a little bottle of my body oil, which I used to put in my body after turning the water off. I used that instead, and I just realized, why do I purchase the Tree Hut shave oils when I can just use regular like body oil for it? It basically did its job. It did like the same thing. Plus, like the Tree Hut oils, I don't really get a scent out of them whenever I use them. They don't really linger on me after I shave. So I just feel like it's just kind of a waste of money. I'll buy their other products, but just definitely not those. Yeah, and like I recently just purchased like a huge container of the body baby oil that I just use for my skin every day, and I figure why not just like save the extra $6 or $7, however much it cost, and just use body oil to shave. So I plan on cutting my spending on clothing items. Now, I'm talking about the clothing items that I get from like Kohl's, Target, like Walmart, like basically like fast fashion clothing items. I'm gonna stop spending money on getting all of my clothes there, and I'm going to be finding my love of thrift shopping again. Like, I feel like I'm going to make thrift shopping like my go-to clothing place. Just because it's cheaper, and if I can get use out of someone's old clothing, it helps the environment. It's not going to end up in a landfill. So I plan on doing more thrift shopping. I had to write all of my notes down because I can't remember all of this at the top of my head. So as far as all of that, like cutting back my spending on majority of things, I do want to make little like challenges for myself, like each month or every few months, and like help myself get motivated on continuing my low buy challenge. So I plan on doing like monthly check-ins where I talk about how much I purchased and what I plan on doing like in the following month, and just like talk about my goals more so I can achieve them. I feel like if I speak them out and I make a video about it, I can hold myself accountable and actually follow through with it. And if you guys end up, participating in this as well, that would be pretty fun because it's kind of like doing this little challenge like with a friend or something. Let me know if you guys are doing a no buy challenge for yourself this year. Let me know like what you are not buying at all and what you plan on cutting back on in 2025. So in addition, I wanted to talk about how I've always saved money, like throughout my whole life, just little things that I did and still do to this day. When I was in my early 20s and I had an apartment, I was like living on my own, I was actually one of those crazy couponers. It was that TLC show that started it. And then I ended up following the crazy coupon lady. Like, she had like a website and an app, and I ended up following her like all these years. I actually really want to get back into couponing. I feel like it was very beneficial, like for my finances. However, I do remember buying a lot of things that I didn't need, so I ended up having an issue with it and struggling with my like lack of discipline, I guess. But I remember back in the day, I found a bunch of these free coupon items, and I remember going to like Walgreens or CVS and printing out like a bunch of them. I actually remember back in the day when I had my bathroom half filled with toilet paper because I would purchase the Sunday newspaper every single Sunday. I would buy 3 or 4 of them. I would get free item coupons and then just go and buy them, and I would spend hours doing that. I saved a lot of money, but I also spent a lot of money doing that. If it was like a buy one get one free kind of thing, I would buy like a lot to get as many free things as possible. So it kind of like helped me, but it also didn't help me. But I remember like one of my bathrooms literally was like half of it was filled with toilet paper because I got that toilet paper for a really good deal, and I was living with my ex at the time and we didn't really have a lot of money. So we like literally survived off of that toilet paper for 2 years. Like, we saved like a lot of money. So if I could get things for free and not spend money on it, I would. Kind of want to like bring that back more. I kind of lost that the last like few years. I found myself like shopping again and just like buying things that I really, really did not need. So I'm kind of reeling myself back in and getting back to being frugal like I used to be, especially with how expensive things are getting now, and like the prices, inflation, economy is not good. So it's just like a perfect opportunity to do this year. So one of the things that I actually have not spent money on is going to the nail salon and getting pedicures and getting my nails done. I've never once stepped into one, ever, in my whole life. I've always like painted my own nails. That's just something that was just always like a personal preference. I didn't want someone to like do it for me, I guess. And in doing so, I've saved probably like thousands of dollars. Like I've been doing this since I was like, like 15 years old. Like when I really got into painting like my nails and doing like homemade like manicures and everything. So that's something I'll probably never in the future spend my money on. I don't know, like I feel like maybe like I feel like it's not really like a bad thing. It's just like my personal preference. So this year I'm going to focus on creating trendy makeup looks using products that I already have, and I have already talked about that, and it's just something that I base my entire channel around. I want to definitely be doing more of that. And another thing that I'm going to be doing to save money is I'm going to start making my own leave-in conditioner. Now, right now I am using my Fortune Cookie Soap leave-in conditioner because this smells amazing. Yeah, and like I'm just basically doing this because it's probably healthier for my hair anyways. Yeah, so basically I just get a little bit of hair conditioner and then I get some oil, like whatever hair oil I have on hand, and then I just fill the rest up with water and shake it. That's actually something I've been doing for years, and I want to do that again and just not purchase them. I mean, if I get them in a little beauty box, aside from that, I'm just going to make my own. Probably make a little like how-to video if you guys are interested in seeing that, if you want to like make your own. And another thing I'm going to be doing is cutting back on the amount of time that I straighten my hair. I usually wear my hair up in a bun anyways, so I'm just gonna kind of like let myself like have like my natural hair and just like wear it natural. Like right now I'm wearing it natural. So another thing that's actually like an investment and will help me save money in the long run is getting my hair cut every 6 months and actually sticking to that. Now, a few years ago, I switched from always going to like cost cutters and supercuts when I had, when they like screwed up my hair. And I ended up finding this high-end salon that I actually really loved, and they do like a really, really good job. And I plan on just continuing investing in my hair care and like taking care of, the hair that I have and invest in keeping it healthy. And by keeping it healthy, I have to get it trimmed or cut every 6 months. That's something that I plan on doing, and I feel like in the long run, it will help me save money. So I don't have to buy, I can cut down like on my frizziness, and I don't have to buy like so many little hair products like split end cream and all that stuff. I'm not going to buy any of that anymore. So if I cut off my split ends and just keep it healthy, I don't have to buy as many hair products. So I plan on cooking at home and staying at home as much as I can. The more I go out, the more money I spend. The more time I spend in a singular store, the more money and more items I add to my cart. So I plan on doing that. Just staying home. Another thing is I want to spend more time cleaning my house. And when I say that, I mean like as far as, I'm not talking about like doing like the daily cleaning or any of that, like dishes or like scrubbing the toilets, none of that. But I'm talking about like actually cleaning, like cleaning my beauty shelves, taking care of like the products that I have, and just making sure everything's like kept and everything's like organized. And that will help me with the issue that I have is I keep losing things. I have ADHD, and sometimes I'll put things in places where they don't go, and it's just been like a nightmare for both me and my husband. So I plan on just like focusing on like cleaning and like organizing and keeping things tidy, where I see how many products I have and they're not just scattered around the entire house. And I did say this a few moments ago. I plan on using as many coupons as possible this year. So this year especially, I want to go ham on using coupons like for everything. I'm gonna try my best to make that happen. It takes a while, like it takes a lot of time, like when you are like doing like couponing, because you have to go to specific stores to get the best deals. But I'm gonna invest in doing that because overall it's gonna save me money. And another thing that I actually started doing at the beginning of this year is purchase clearance items. Now, whenever a holiday or like a season passes, stores will almost always have clearance. For example, in February of this month, I saw a lot of beauty clearance. And I remember last year they were discounting a bunch of beauty products. Probably because it gets close to expiration day and or people aren't buying the product. But I plan on doing that, and that goes hand in hand with continuing shopping at TJ Maxx and Ross. Another like secondhand like stores. I don't know what TJ Maxx is called. It's not secondhand. It's like I can't remember at the top of my head, but buying discounted items, I guess, or items that are like close to expiration. So for seasonal items, I plan on shopping them at thrift shops or creating my own instead of buying them. And I haven't really been like too crazy on like home decor, but I want to kind of actually spend time to make my own handmade decor, like things for like, like Halloween and Christmas, or maybe even like supporting a small business if it's something I can't make for myself. Now I do have like already like a built-in little like thing. I am an artist. I paint like acrylics and stuff, so it does come like naturally to me. There's also like plenty of DIY videos on YouTube using like Dollar Tree products. I want to start doing those more because it's just like so much fun to do, and you end up saving money in the long run instead of having to buy something new. One thing that I really, really want to focus on is taking care of my health, eating healthier. This also goes hand in hand with like limiting my takeout and cooking at home kind of thing. I want to continue going to the gym, if not even more so than I already have. I already go to the gym about 2 to 3 times a week. I plan on focusing more like on my fitness goals this year and just like not staying stagnant at the level I'm at right now. Like for example, for months I was just using like 60-pound weights whenever I would do like work out my glutes or like work out my legs. And I've kind of like remained like comfortable in that position. I plan on increasing it and like focusing on actually building up my strength at the gym and making myself like being able to like lift more and like do more and kind of making myself uncomfortable so I can actually reach like my fitness goals. I just plan on investing in maintenance, like as a whole, like health maintenance, like going to the dentist, using up my free 2 cleanings a year and actually sticking to that. As far as like things like going to the dentist, which I've been like pretty bad at, because like every year like I get like 2 free cleanings with my health insurance, and sometimes I will just like forget about my appointment or just like not go. And I'm really trying to like just make myself go. I actually don't really like the dentist. I have like anxiety about that kind of stuff, but I plan on just like working on myself, like as far as like not letting my fears like get the best of me and just like making myself actually like take advantage of those free doctor appointments or dental visits, and just not make excuses for, oh, I'm like too busy, or I don't have time, that kind of stuff, because I really do care about my health, and I really do value being able to do things and get things done, and just like overall being healthy. I plan on focusing on that. And of course, like eating healthier, like just eating more fruits and veggies, cutting back on my carbs. I don't really like do dieting anymore like I used to, because it just doesn't really stick with me. But my main goal right now is focusing on protein and high fiber foods, and just choosing as many fruits and veggies as possible. And also cutting back on soda and drinking more water. So I've actually been like pretty comfortable where I'm at. I feel like as long as I stay like on this track, I'm able to like cut out all like the bad stuff as I go, and just kind of getting myself into the actual habit of being consistent. And then the last thing is I want to, like with all the money that I plan on saving this year with my no-buy, I want to take more vacations, and I want to invest in both of our businesses. We have been putting a couple of things off as far as like investing in our businesses, but I want to get back on track on just like focusing on building up my financial health and working on actual financial goals and business goals that can help me succeed later on in life. That's like the whole reason like why I want to participate in this no-buy challenge for this year, and hopefully years on after. Hopefully I can make it like an actual habit and change my life for the better, because I'm all about growing and just being healthy to my mind and like my body. That's just kind of like where I'm at now in life, and I just want to continue just like sticking to goals in general. Like there are so many times, like whether it's like diets or just like personal goals, I've always like failed them. Like New Year's resolutions, I actually don't do those anymore. I actually do yearly goals, because it's just more, it works out for me better in the long run. I have ADHD, and I don't know if it's my ADHD tendencies that prevent me from being disciplined or something, but I'm really like trying to like understand myself as a person and working through the little challenges that I have that prevent me from achieving the goals. I do read like a lot of self-help books and a lot of just like self-improvement books, just because I mainly enjoy that, and I feel like I always have something that I can improve on in my daily life, and then business life too. So that's all I have for today's video as far as like what I'm doing for the no-buy challenge. And I'm going to continue doing the monthly check-ins and talk about what I spent and how much I spent. So that's all for today's video. I'm working on a couple of other videos behind the scenes. I feel like I meant to make up more videos this month, but time really got away from me. There's still a lot of videos that I haven't really gotten a chance to post yet, but I plan on working on those soon. So yeah, let me know if you guys are doing like a no-buy or like a low-buy challenge this year. And let me know if you want to see more videos like this where I just sit down and talk about things, or I don't know. I'm always needing like video ideas. Like I do have like things that I normally work on, but I don't know. Like just let me know like if you guys are even liking the videos and content I've been creating. I'm always looking to improve my content, and I'm kind of learning on this YouTube journey as I go. If you guys like makeup and beauty, go ahead and follow me on my Instagram page, which is going to be listed down below. And that's like where I post all my pictures. So I had to charge my phone again, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate your support. And I actually just realized I had gained 10 subscribers the last time I looked. So I now have 30 subscribers on my channel, and that is so exciting. I've been having so much fun with this little YouTube channel, and I appreciate all of the comments and support. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.